Hi, my name is Tim Gregory. I'm the senior pastor of Family Worship Center in Santa Fe, Texas. And today I want to speak with you about a story found in Daniel chapter 3. It's about three Hebrew children, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And maybe a very familiar story to you. It's taught in Sunday school classes all the time. But as we recount this story, their commitment to following their God is just astounding. If you're familiar with the story, King Nebuchadnezzar is the king of Babylon. He makes a giant statue of gold and he commands that everyone has to bow down to this statue and worship it. Well, the three Hebrew children, they refuse. They're not going to do it. They're brought before King Nebuchadnezzar and he's angry and he says, look, when the music plays, if you bow down, everything's good. But if not, well, we're going to have a problem. Well, their response is like, look, King, we respect you, but it's not going to happen. You see, they are committed to following God, regardless of what comes. And their response to him in verse 18 is, well, it's just so powerful. And they tell him, because he's threatened to throw them in the fire, they're going to be killed, they're dying, it's going to be horrible. And they tell him this, that God's able to save them. Their God is a great God, he can save them. And in verse 18 they say, but even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you've set up. Now, in the face of seemingly certain death, their commitment to follow their God is unwavering. You see, their commitment is not based on their circumstances. It's just based on a decision they've made that we're going to follow God no matter what. You know, too often today, our commitment is based on our circumstance. If everything's going well, we're committed to God. But when things start to get rough, when everything doesn't go as smooth as we'd hope, our commitment becomes shaky. We waver too often. If there's a lesson we can learn from this story, from these three Hebrew children, it is that our situation should not define our stance or our commitment to following God, but rather our commitment to following God, to embracing His Word, to not wavering in that Word, should define every situation we encounter. I would encourage you today, stand firm in your commitment to follow God, regardless of what comes your way. If you're familiar with the story, they refuse. They do not bow down to the statue. They're thrown into the fire. And this is when the angel of the Lord comes and rescues them. It brings a great revival into the heart of Nebuchadnezzar the king and throughout Babylon. You see, because their commitment defined their situation and it turned everything around. Let your commitment define your situation. Embrace God's word. Refuse to bend, regardless of what comes. And if you'll stay faithful to God's word, you'll find that He is unwavering in His faith towards you. Be blessed.